Hey, you two, welcome back to the continuation of part two of the NFL football season preview. We're going to move on to the second place team in the NFC West a season ago, and that'll be the resurgent Seattle Seahawks. And the question with them is that is this a playoff year on the horizon for this franchise? Let's go ahead and get started with them. All right, so Mike McDonald in his first season a year ago had a very solid season. Did not make the postseason, but he came very, very close to it. They needed just a little bit of luck to go their way in Week 18, but they did have a 10-win season, which I did not expect to have happen in Seattle there. But of course, looking to go back to the postseason for the first time in what feels like forever, but it was only I think about 3 years ago that they missed the postseason. Now, if we look at their depth chart, so the big news with them is that they shipped off Geno Smith, they shipped him to the Raiders. They did acquire Sam Darnold, though, from Minnesota after having that remarkable season a season ago in Minnesota. Then they also have Drew Lock there, and they also drafted Jalen Milroe out of Alabama to be prohibitively the backup quarterback, but he could slide down to the third string by the end of this offseason. Kenneth Walker the third had a solid season. He was injured during the season last year, but he'll be starting his fourth season out of Michigan State. Then on the skill position group set there, we're looking at Jackson Smith and Jigba. We're looking at Cooper Kupp, who they got acquired from Los Angeles Rams. They also have Marquez Valdez-Scantling, and they also have Noah Fant there at the tight end position. On defense, they've got Jaron Reed. They've got Byron Murphy II. They've got Demarcus Lawrence, formerly of the Dallas Cowboys. They've got Tariq Woolen there. They've got Kobe Bryant. They've got Julian Love. I mean, they've got the parts and pieces. It's just can they win the games early on instead of waiting until the end of the season, start winning all those crucial games to get them into the postseason. They have a winning record against all the teams in the NFC West. The slimmest margin is by 1 game against the Los Angeles Rams, but they're up by 8 games against San Francisco and by 7 games against the Arizona Cardinals. Overall record is 402, 373, and 1. That one time, of course, coming against the Arizona Cardinals years ago in that, I think it was a 6-6 tie or something. It was bad. But they have a 51.9% win percentage overall. All right, let's go and take a look at that schedule. So 10-7 the season ago. Over under the season is 8.5 wins. I have a lot of doubts with Seattle because I just don't know what kind of Sam Darnold you're going to get. Last season was a miracle, Sam Darnold. He say he looked the part would be an understory. He had 35 touchdowns, 4,300 yards passing. Of course, Sam Darnold will be starting his 8th season there. Like some of the teams in the NFL, they do have, their first game is against a divisional opponent. They will host the San Francisco 49ers. That'll be the 4:05 local kick in week 1 on Fox. They will not see San Francisco again until week 18. I have them starting off very strong on the season, starting off 5-2 before their week 8 bye week. I see this being a strong start for Seattle, having wins against Houston, Tampa Bay, New Orleans, San Francisco, and Jacksonville. Their 2 losses will be on Thursday Night Football in Week 4 at Arizona, and then at Pittsburgh in Week 2. After that, though, I see them running into some issues, and I see them having some head-scratching losses. I do not see them being Washington. That will not be a head-scratcher. I do have a win against Arizona and against the Rams in the first meeting. Then after that, I have them losing to the resurgent Tennessee Titans. I have them losing to Atlanta. I have them losing against Minnesota. Then I have them winning in Week 15 against Indianapolis the secondary 4 o'clock game on CBS. Then they'll lose the last 3. I think there's going to be some questionable losses. They're going to get exposed in the back end of the schedule because I just don't think that Sam Darnold is going to have the kind of season we had a year ago. And I think just like a season ago, their defense starting to fall apart right around week 13 and week 14 there. Headlined by giving up 30 points a season ago to Green Bay and 27 points to, ironically, Minnesota, and then 25 there against the Los Angeles Rams in week 18. So I just see this team falling apart slowly and against lesser competition. So I have them going 8-9. They'll be tied for third place in the NFC West. This is not going to be a good year. They will not hit their 8.5 win total, but I just think Sam Darnold's not going to have the same year he did a year ago. I think the defense just might fall apart towards the end of the season like they did last season. Alright, so this wraps up my video on the Seattle Seahawks. 8-9 overall. In the next video, we will discuss the third place team from a season ago, and that'll be the Arizona Cardinals, who are quite a resurgent bunch, and are kind of mirroring the same pattern that Detroit has done in the last 5 or so seasons. So until then, this is your man Dylan signing off about the Seattle Seahawks, and I'll look forward to seeing you in the next video.